Hello and welcome! Today's video is about flowers. Flowers are very nice and pretty to look at Disney Dreamlight Valley. Until you have to craft one of these terrible balloon arches. Or any other items that require lots and lots of flowers. So today I'm gonna tell you everything there is to know about flowers. How flower spawning works. How to get the fastest response on the flowers that you need. For example, you are trying to collect black lilies or yellow, whatever this flower is called. Today I'm gonna give you all the facts that you need to know about flowers. Welcome. It's nice to see you in the video. If you guys are new to this channel, or if you have been watching some of my videos lately and haven't clicked that subscribe button yet, I would highly appreciate if you do. It took weeks to get this video done. I had to record hours upon hours of flowers growing just to try to analyze their spawning patterns and try to figure out what is the most efficient way to manipulate it in your favor. I have over 24 hours of footage of flowers growing. So I basically dedicated my whole Frosted Heights biome. I covered every single inch of it with carpets or paths or anything just to make sure that this little area in here is the only one that can spawn flowers. And I've been analyzing this for over a week, so I'm gonna give you all the details in this video. Let's get through it. Fact number one, each biome has a maximum amount of flowers that can be spawned at one time. So once the number of flowers inside each biome reaches a certain number, it stops spawning new flowers. And the number is not just for all the flowers. Each color of the flower and each type of the flower has its own spawn limits. And I have compiled it. I have put all the flowers together in each biome, and I've counted every single flower, how many can possibly spawn at one time in each biome. And here is the deets. There's going to be an Excel sheet in the comments, in description to this video. I've been using this sheet for all my data collection. There is my vegetable data, rock mining data, digging data, everything. And now there is a flowers in here. So basically, this giant table shows you every single flower in the game, its selling price, maximum that can be spawned at the same time. So there can never be more than 4 blue falling penstemon at once on a map, unless you place them manually. But if you just let them spawn, they will never go above 4, and they can only spawn in plaza. So this table, again, you can go to the Excel sheet in the description and just go through that in details. It has every single plant. It has selling price, just so we can try to figure out what is the most valuable flower in the game. And to get the value of the flower, I multiply its selling price by its rarity. And it's gonna blow your mind. What do you think is the most valuable flower in the game? The one that's basically, if you were to collect only that flower, you would make the most amount of money out of collecting all the flowers. Just a little disclaimer, do not collect flowers for money. It's the worst money-making method in the game. The worst! Only collect flowers for crafting. That's it. That's the only reason. And the data is in. The most valuable flower, there is 2 of them. They tied. It's orange nasturtium and white impatience. Both of these flowers can be found in Forgotten Lands. And yellow nasturtium is number 3, very close, but surprisingly, these 2 are the most valuable flowers in the game. The least valuable flower in the game is white and pink falling penstemon, which is also the most rare flower inside Plaza. So this is very interesting. The most rare flower in the Plaza is actually the least valuable flower overall. It's less than half as valuable as orange nasturtium. So again, pretty cool data in here. But what this data shows us is this little table right here that I wanted to draw your attention to. Basically, it allows us to see what are the total flowers in each biome. And this is I broke something. Why is there 4 in Forgotten Lands? Made a little mistake in my calculations. My bad. Okay, let's fix the formula, and here it is. So, there cannot be more... most of the biomes only have 19 flowers limit in them, which drove me insane. I've spent so much time trying to find the flower number 20. This is so confusing. And I confirmed it 100%. There is only 19 flowers in 6 out of 8 biomes, except 2. Plaza has 20 flowers and Sunlit Plateau has 21 flowers. I don't know why. Don't ask me why. I'm here not to give you answers. Actually, I am, but to different questions. You just need to know that there is more flowers in Plaza and Sunlit Plateau and less flowers in the rest of the biomes. And as we said before, each biome has the one flower that only spawns 2 at a time. So they cannot be more than 2 of, for example, Yellow Nasturtium in Forgotten Lands, or Black Passion Lily in Frosted Heights, or Yellow Bromeliad in Sunlit Plateau. There is always one flower in each biome that is the rarest. And those are usually the ones that are required for the most advanced recipes in the game. And those are the ones that you want to get the most of. The rest of the flowers, they're pretty common. There is 6, 5, 4, or 3 of them, depending on the flower. Actually, there is never 5. That's surprising. There is either 6 or 4 or 3. I don't know what happened to the 5. Anyway, let's get back to the game. So, I've been doing all my experimenting in Frosted Heights, but I'm sure the same logic applies to every single biome. So, I'm just gonna give you examples with Frosted Heights flowers, and you can apply it literally to any biome. It works exactly the same. So, fact number 2 that you need to know about flowers is that the spawning cycle is 10 minutes, which means every 10 minutes, it will try to spawn flowers. Now, let's talk about the logic on how the flower spawn happens. After analyzing hours upon hours of footage spawning flowers, I've noticed that you can get between 0 and 5 flowers spawning at once. Every 10 minutes, you can spawn between 0 and 5 flowers. Now, how does this work? I have thought about it long and hard, and I don't have access to the code, but the only explanation that I came up with is that every 10 minutes, the game is basically running a separate chance on every color of the flower. If there is 5 flowers spawned at once, they're always different colors, which means that every flower has a certain chance to spawn every 10 minutes. So the game runs a test. It gets, for example, there are certain percentages chance to spawn for every flower, every cycle. I have no idea what those percentages are, and to be able to even try to understand those percentages, it's gonna take days and days of footage to analyze, and I'm just not doing that. That's not important. What's important is that it's completely random. There cannot be 2 flowers of the same color spawning per cycle. So it can be 1 flower of any color, or it could be all 5 flowers, 1 of each color. It actually happens more often than you think, so I don't think the chances to spawn every color are that low. And obviously the chances to spawn a color, they should correspond with how rare that flower is. For example, every cycle, green passion lily will have much higher chance to spawn than Black Passion Lily, because there are just more of them that can spawn in the world. So what all of this means is that you can literally see, like, for example, I'm gonna run a footage of 5 flowers spawning at the same time. And also there's been periods where there was 0 flowers spawning, which means you can literally spawn between 0 and 5 at once. So the question is, I'm sure most of the people watching this video are asking, how long does it take for flowers to respawn? And from my testing, and you can see it here in the table as well, if you are picking all the flowers, it will take about 1 hour and 50 minutes. Sorry, I'm blocking everything with my head. 1 hour and 50 minutes for all the flowers to respawn. This number was arrived by just taking an average from like 8 full cycles. Like, I picked up every flower and then I timed exactly how long it takes for every single flower to respawn. And it took 1 hour, 50 minutes. Again, this is going to be the same for all the biomes except Sunlit Plateau and Plaza, because they have 1 extra flower. So I'm going to assume that for those biomes, it's going to take slightly longer, but it's going to be 1 hour, 50 minutes on average. The best time that I've got was 1 hour and 20 seconds for all the flowers to respawn. But if my logic is correct, the fastest possible time is gonna be 1 hour, because it takes you cannot have more than 1 green lily at once, and you need to spawn 6 of them. So the shortest possible time for all the flowers to respawn is going to be 1 hour, but it's not going to happen often at all. Like, out of 8 times that I did it, only once I got 1 hour 20 minutes. Once. Most of the time it's been closer to 140, 150. The longest I got was 2 hours and 40 minutes. 2 hours and 40 minutes it took to respawn the whole flower field. So again, the average is going to be about 1 hour 50 minutes to 2 hours, something like this. Now, I knew you were going to have a question, what's going to be better? To pick, like, for example, you only want black lilies, and again, it applies to any rare flower in any biome. Let's say you want only black lilies from here. Is it faster to pick up all the flowers, or is it faster to pick up just black lilies? Which strategy will make the 2 black lilies respawn faster if you don't care about other flowers? I've seen so many people saying you should only pick up the color that you want to collect because that will make them respawn faster. And it's not true at all. From all my testing, there is literally no difference because the formula doesn't care about what flowers are already on the map. Every single 10 minutes, it's gonna run a certain chance for black lily to spawn, and if that chance does not happen, it will just not spawn anything. So let's say you have all the flowers, you pick up just 2 black lilies. It means that it will, every 10 minutes from that point, it will try to spawn a new black lily, but it will not spawn every single 10 minutes. It will spawn only when the random number actually gets it in the correct range. Oh my god, seriously, we're gonna get a haze right now? I'm trying to make a video here. Anyway, I guess we're gonna continue this video in a haze. I apologize. It takes exactly the same time to respawn 2 black lilies if you pick up every single flower on the map or if you only pick up black lilies. But there is a big but. If you want to save time, it actually, since it doesn't make a difference, which means either way is fine, you will still get the black lily spawn at approximately the same time you would in either way. So if you want to save time, just pick up black lilies just so you don't have to waste time and walking around picking up other flowers. Okay, while editing this video, I realized that the next 5 minutes of me rambling can be summarized in 30 seconds. If you pick up 2 black lilies, then only black lilies will respawn because the other flowers already reached the maximum capacity. But it's not gonna happen every 10 minutes. The black lily will still have to score a certain range in order for it to spawn. Like every 10 minutes, it's gonna run a random, and if that random satisfies the condition, like if you scored a certain percentage chance to spawn a black lily, it will spawn, but it will not make it faster if you have no other flowers around or if you're only missing black lilies, because the timers for every color are completely separate. So if you need other colors, then pick all the colors up. Basically, if you need a color, if you just pick up the flowers of the colors that you need, but keep in mind that in the future they could add recipes that are using flowers that you currently have a lot of. So make sure you have a lot of a certain flower before you decide to stop picking it up. All right, a few bonus facts. These were the most important facts. Now, the few bonus facts. Having flowers from different biomes inside a biome does not affect the flower spawn rate. Meaning, you can literally have 50 flowers from Plaza inside Frosted Heights, and you will still generate lilies the same way. It doesn't matter how many total flowers. It only cares about the flowers in this biome. So that is a good tip. If, for example, you want to have a huge flower field in your biome, but you also wanted to keep generating those flowers that are native to that biome, then you can just place flowers from different biomes in your garden. And those flowers will always stay the same no matter what. And you can keep picking flowers everywhere else and they will still respawn as normal, as long as you don't have any flowers in your garden from that particular biome. Same goes the other way. If I have lilies anywhere else in any other biome, it will not affect the spawning of lilies in Frosted Heights. I can have a full lily garden in my plaza. I will still spawn 19 lilies in Frosted Heights, and they will keep spawning. It only looks at the number of a specific flower in a specific biome. It doesn't care about any other biomes. Now, what can flowers spawn on? And this is actually a good thing. You can literally, the flowers can only spawn on a solid ground. It will not spawn on paths. It will not spawn on carpets. It will not spawn on furniture. There are certain items, like for example, the icicles and the night thorns and the holes that can spawn on top of carpets. But the spices and the flowers do not. So if you want to do something similar, if you want to only have a certain area where flowers spawn in a biome, which is a huge benefit, it will make it so much easier to collect your flowers. Then you can literally make sure that every single inch of your biome is covered with anything. Could be path. Path is probably the easiest because they don't count towards the object limit. So you can literally cover everything with paths and just have a small little garden area where all of your spices and flowers will spawn for you, making it much easier to collect them. So let's summarize. What is the best way to handle flowers in this game? In my opinion, the best way to do it is to have a chest, a large chest, or the vintage chest dedicated to flowers, and have it in every single biome. Vintage chests are linked with each other, which means if you put items in one chest, all of the vintage chests are going to get updated with the same stuff. So having one chest in every biome where you can just put the flower, you just pick up flowers as you walk, and then you find the chest and then you just dump them into it. And having a full chest of flowers, making sure you're picking up, look at the table in the description and try to remember which flowers are the rarest. And make sure if you're passing one of the rare flowers to always pick it up, because those are the ones you're going to run out of the fastest. Because first of all, you're going to have less of them because they're more rare. And second of all, because most of the recipes, especially flower arches, uses those rare flowers. So you're going to need a lot of them if you're planning to do crafting in the future. Always try to collect flowers when you pass them. That's my advice, because it's gonna be very frustrating and take a long time to get the flowers when you actually need them for certain crafting projects and you have zero. It's better to have excess of flowers than have too little. Anyway, I think I covered everything about flowers. Hope you enjoyed this video. If it was useful, if it was entertaining, please leave a like and a comment and subscribe to this channel. And thank you so much, members. You guys keep supporting this channel, and you make videos like this possible that take hours and hours and hours to make. I have a few other projects with very data-driven videos coming soon, so I hope you are ready for some more juicy information. And I'll see you in the next one. A wonderful day. Goodbye.